I want to share something very personal with you. So I have an announcement today, and it all involves this business or this idea that I've been working toward. A lot of you know Laughing with Nate, and kind of my business that I've been starting, that I've been working on to help people find happiness and laughter in their life. And I really started it to show people that no matter what you go through, the trials and the challenges and the heartaches and the depression that you deal with, um, can always be overshadowed by laughter. Actually, I don't like overshadowed because shadows imply darkness, and there will always be darkness in our lives. But when we use things like laughter and joy and happiness, that brings a light, a bright light that we can use to help overcome those dark times. There's so much sadness in high school today. And I read about suicides and school shootings. And like there's a high school near where I grew up that just this past month, another student took their life. And while that is extremely tragic, it's not the first one this year. It's the fifth in that high school. And it's the 20th in the East Valley of Arizona alone. And that's too many. And I read about those and I see news reports about school shootings and bullying and heartache and depression. And that hurts me. Not just because those are lives that we're losing and there are people that are dealing with that, but it also hurts me because that's something that I've dealt with very personally. I know a lot of you think that I am a happy, energetic, full of life person every minute of every day. I do a really good job at posting only positive stuff online, and it's really only my close friends that know and understand that I deal with depression and I deal with sadness and loneliness and sorrow. As you guys know, I grew up with a pretty debilitating, painful illness. This rheumatoid arthritis infected my body when I was just a little kid. And over the years of dealing with this pain and feeling of inadequacy and knowing that there wasn't a cure and there still is not a cure, and dealing with sadness and loneliness and comparing myself to others and comparing myself to able-bodied men and women, and knowing that those are things that I'm not going to be able to experience. And that's something that's I can relate to. And I bet a lot of these students can hopefully relate to my message. And I want to share a story with you guys, and it's a very personal story. A couple years ago, I was pretty low in my life. I felt lost. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I was in constant pain, both physically and emotionally. I didn't like my job. I didn't feel like I was appreciated. I felt alone. So growing up with a lot of pain, I've been on strong painkillers for years. And at this point in my life, I was sick of being in pain. And I didn't know a way out of it. And I had just picked up a month's supply of painkillers, and I was driving home. I was looking over. The painkillers were on the passenger seat of my car, and they were still in the stapled pharmacy bag. I hadn't even opened it yet, but I knew that inside that bag there were enough painkillers to drop an elephant. And I knew that all I had to do to end my misery and suffering and be free from all of it, I could easily just take the bottle, put them in something like a hot chocolate or a tea, like a stronger flavored drink that would drown out the flavor. And I knew that I would be asleep before I even finished the cup. And I started thinking, who would really miss me? Who, if anyone, would care? I knew my life would be done. I knew it could be over with. I could end the suffering. And then I started thinking about a dear friend of ours who had taken his own life. And I remember how broken their mother was. And I was really good friends with them. And this woman is one of the toughest women I know. She, to describe her a little bit, she is a fiery New Yorker type personality in a West Coast happiness of a woman. That just proves that she doesn't usually follow rules. One time, she literally threw me into a pool for sassing back to her. But she is one of the strongest women I know. And the month that her son took his life, she cried into my shoulder. This is a woman who's like a mother to me. And here she is, crying into my shoulder. And I started thinking about her as I was driving home with the prescription bag on the side of my seat, on my passenger seat. I started thinking about her and how broken she became and how sad she was. And I realized that I couldn't do that to my own mother or to those people in my life who care. And I couldn't do that. And it took me 3 hours of driving around. I just kept driving because I knew that if I went home, I would have to make a choice. A choice to quit and give up. Give up on my dreams and my aspirations and life and happiness and love. Or I knew that I could continue on and try every day to be a little bit better and work harder. And no matter how hard life is, that we can move on and work together and be there to support one another. And I've recently realized that I need to share my message with others more. And as you guys know, I've been sharing videos on Facebook and YouTube and all of that fun stuff, but I've never been emotional like this. It's always been positive. And I feel like in order to really help people out, I need to be vulnerable. And I need to share my message with others. So I've decided that starting today, Laughing with Nate is going to be a non-profit where I am able to focus on getting into schools and talking to them and sharing my message. How, although I was at such a dark time where I was ready to give up, I was ready to throw in the towel, I can then share all of the amazing, wonderful things that I've done since that day. When I decided that I was not going to give up on that day. I said, Nate, one more day. You can do this for one more day. So I did. The next day, I thought, you can do this for one more day. Now I'm coming to you guys because I need your help. I need help getting to schools. And I need help being able to fund this project. Because while I can go around schools in Arizona easily enough, it's not only Arizona that has this issue. The issue of not enough love, and not enough kindness, and not enough of sharing our message to overcome our trials and our challenges, rather than even just overcoming them. Because I don't think it's all about overcoming. It's about dealing with it and how we can be positive and happy and laugh even during our darkest times. And I feel like I have quite the story to share. This is where I need your help. I can't do this on my own. As strong as I think I am, and as stubborn as many of you know I am, I can't do this on my own. I need your help. Reaching out. If you have any contacts in schools or organizations or youth groups, please let me know. If you have website design skills or video editing skills or photography skills to help share my message, I would love that. If you have none of those skills, but you have an extra dollar in your pocket where you can sacrifice that dollar so that I can share my message to more and more people all over the world, that would be amazing. To be able to sacrifice just that little amount so that others don't have to have a strong figure cry into their shoulder. We don't need any more of that. So please, however you may be able to help, I need it. I need your help. I can't do this alone, but it needs to be done. So please, if you are able to donate, that would be amazing. If you're able to help in any way, please reach out to me, message me, call me, text me, email me. I'll put contact information at the end of this video. Just to wrap up, I'm reaching out because I know you guys care. And I know you all have experienced loss in one way or another, or suffering or heartache, depression, or even suicidal thoughts, even suicidal actions. And I know that if you're watching this video, you care enough to help reduce those numbers and make an impact. So please, share this video, donate, help in any way you can, because this is something that needs to change. I love all of you, and with your help, we can do amazing things. Thank you.